When James finally returned home from his deployment, he didn't tell anyone. After years of being away in different parts of the world, he wanted his homecoming to be a surprise. He missed the familiar smell of the old neighborhood, the sound of kids playing in the streets, and most of all, he missed his family. His parents thought he still had months left before he would be discharged. And his sister, Emily, often wrote him letters about how much she missed him. James imagined her smiling when she saw him at the front door. He wore civilian clothes, carrying nothing but a small duffel bag. His heart beat faster with every step closer to the house. He wanted this to be a moment they would never forget. The house looked the same, though a little more worn down. The garden hadn't been cared for the way his mother used to, and the front door's paint was peeling. He brushed it off as normal wear and tear after years away. Before knocking, James decided to walk around the house quietly, maybe peeking through the window to catch them off guard with his sudden presence. That's when he saw his sister in the living room. But something about her expression made his smile vanish instantly. Emily wasn't the little cheerful sister he had left behind. Her face looked pale, tired, and scared. He tapped lightly on the glass, expecting her to scream in joy at the sight of him. Instead, she jumped as though she had seen a ghost. Her eyes widened, and she put a finger to her lips, signaling him to stay quiet. That moment sent a chill down his spine. Why would his sister want him silent? What was happening inside the house? Emily hurried to the front door and opened it just a crack. She whispered his name with trembling lips. "James, you can't be here right now." The words cut him deeply. He had been dreaming of this reunion, but her fear-filled tone made him realize something was terribly wrong. He pushed the door open gently and stepped inside, determined to understand. The house was darker than he remembered. Curtains were drawn, and the air felt heavy. James scanned the room, his instincts kicking in. His training had taught him to notice details others might ignore. He saw broken glass on the floor near the kitchen, a hole in the wall that looked like it came from a fist, and bruises on Emily's arm that she tried to hide under her sleeve. He froze. "Who did this to you?" he asked in a low, steady voice. Emily shook her head quickly, tears welling up in her eyes. "You shouldn't have come back like this. He'll be home any minute," she whispered. James's stomach twisted. The he she was talking about was clearly someone who had hurt her. James wanted to explode with rage, but he held himself back. He gently touched Emily's cheek and promised, "You're safe now. I'm here." But Emily panicked, insisting, "You don't understand, James. He's dangerous. If he sees you here, he'll..." Her words broke off as the sound of footsteps approached the front porch. Without hesitation, James pulled Emily behind him, shielding her like he always had when they were children. The door creaked open, and a man walked in casually, holding a beer bottle. He froze when he saw James, confusion spreading across his face before it twisted into anger. "Who the hell are you?" he barked. James didn't answer right away. He studied the man, broad shoulders, a rough look, and eyes filled with arrogance. He could tell immediately this was the one who had been tormenting Emily. James finally spoke in a calm but firm tone. "I'm her brother, the soldier who just came home." The man sneered, setting down the bottle. "Well, soldier, this is my house now." Emily clung to James's arm, whispering, "Please don't fight, he'll hurt you." But James only tightened his jaw. He had faced enemies in war zones. He wasn't going to back down from a coward who preyed on his sister. "You've already done enough damage here," James said coldly. "Pack your things and leave. You won't lay another hand on her." The man laughed mockingly, stepping closer as if to challenge him. James didn't flinch. Years of discipline and combat had taught him patience, but his blood boiled as he looked at the bruises on Emily's face. When the man finally tried to raise his hand, James moved like lightning. In one swift motion, he disarmed him of the bottle, twisted his arm, and forced him against the wall. Emily gasped but didn't try to stop James this time. She watched silently as her brother's strength and authority took control of the situation. James spoke through clenched teeth. "You have two choices. Leave right now and never come back, or I'll make sure the police see exactly what you've done to her." The man muttered threats but ultimately backed down when he realized James wasn't bluffing. He stormed out of the house, slamming the door behind him. Emily collapsed into her brother's arms, sobbing uncontrollably. James held her tightly. tears forming in his own eyes. "I'm sorry I wasn't here sooner," he whispered. She shook her head. "You're here now. That's all that matters." In that moment, James knew his return wasn't just about surprising his family, it was about saving it. Over the next few days, James helped Emily report everything to the authorities. He stayed by her side through every step, making sure she knew she was no longer alone. Their parents were shocked when they found out, but they were grateful James had come home exactly when he did. What James saw on his sister's face that day changed everything. It reminded him that battles weren't only fought overseas. Sometimes the hardest ones were inside your own home. But as long as he was there, no one would ever hurt his family again.